So that's what it feels like to be happy as a Chelsea fan. Feels pretty good because Chelsea won, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, that's right. 5-0. They just destroyed, demolated, absolutely obliterated West Ham today with a whopping 5-0 scoreline. Now, we got to praise some boys. We got to do some player ratings. We got to review the highlights and the moments of this game that made us happy to be a Chelsea fan and talk about what is going to happen this season. Is it too late? So much to unpack, so stick around. All right, now before we get into player ratings and the review, I need you to hit that like button and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of the week, and that would help me out a ton. Much appreciated. But we got to get into it. So much to talk about in this game, so much praise to be given, so I'm just going to jump right into player ratings and give these boys some praise. Now, starting off, this was the starting 11 that Poch went with. No surprises except for Thiago Silva. When it comes to this medical staff, and I'll talk about all our injuries and everything after, but we are always surprised. And most of the time, it's a very, very bad surprise. This time, it was good. Knowing that Thiago Silva was healthy, I think 99% of Chelsea fans would have started him if they knew he was healthy, and I was happy to have him. It definitely helped out this game. But we got to start off with the goalie, as always, which was Petrovic, who gets an 8. Now, that is 2 clean sheets in a row for Petrovic, doing way better. He really hasn't had too much. I think he had a little bit against Spurs, but he didn't really have that much this game. But his distribution was better, and he kept a clean sheet, so an 8 out of 10. The only reason it's not higher because he didn't get more opportunities to save bigger shots because Chelsea defense was too good. And you'll see that in these player ratings. Right back was Trevor Chalobah, the best right back we have at the club, except for the best center back right back we have at the club. Let me make that clear. But I was very, very happy with him. He's going to get a 7 as well. Trevor Chalobah had one pass that set up Nani Madueke in particular that was beautiful. If you didn't see, Nani Madueke made a run through for his second goal. Was that his second? Did he score 2 goals? No, it was an assist. I'm sorry. For his assist, passes it to Jackson, but that was a through ball by Trevor Chalobah. Beautiful stuff there. He's going to get a 7. In the center back position, we got Thiago Silva, who's going to get an 8. Thiago Silva did get an assist as well, but man, oh man, I think he was the most accurate passer with 99% pass accuracy, 74 out of 75 passes completed, and yes, he was dropping bombs over the back line for assists too, with that pass accuracy. That dude is intelligent, that dude is a legend, and that dude will forever be remembered as a Chelsea player. So happy that he's able to help us out in these last couple games. Hopefully get Europa League. So happy about that. At left center back, our man Ben Badiashile. Now, Ben Badiashile was very, very good. I'm going to give him a 7. He has proven to be extremely good when he has Thiago Silva. I think him having that, just comfort, that encouragement, that just everything going through his head is what he needs as a young center back. And I think this speaks a lot to just young center backs in general. When they have Thiago Silva, they play way better. That just shows that when they have someone with experience, they can feel free to be more of their learning self. So happy with Ben Badiashile next to him. We'll see about the next game starting 11 because we got Levi Colwell back. But regardless, I'm very happy to have Ben Badiashile at this club and performing well. At left back, we have our man, Marc Cucurella, man of the match last game, and a phenomenal, probably one of the only bright lights the last couple games. He is going to get a 6. Now, I got nothing against him. He did that inverted role. He still played well, but it just wasn't his absolute best game. He just had a absolutely sensational performance against Tottenham. We won the game 5-0, got 0 complaints, but in my ratings, it's 1 is just dreadful, 10 is 5 goals, and 5 is an average performance. So it was an above average performance for him, but just not a shining light today. Totally fine. In the midfield, you're going to see a lot of the same number. That is foreshadowing because, oh my gosh, who do I want to go over? I've got between Caicedo and Gallagher. I'll go with Gallagher. Gallagher is going to get an 8. Yes, he had a goal. Great volley into the bottom left corner. Did he miss? Do I say it's the worst miss of the season? The announcer said it right, though. I mean, if you're going to miss, it's good to miss when you're up 3-0 in the first half on that. But regardless, a sensational game from him. Him and Caicedo both got dribbled past a little bit too much, but he was still incredible. As a captain, when we're delivering these performances, I'm going to give him an 8. Caicedo is also our £100 million player. When we were going in for him in the summer, Brighton wanted outrageous numbers for him. Outrageous. Every Chelsea fan was like, yeah, he's worth 70 million? He's not worth 110 million. What are you talking about? Every Brighton fan's like, no, you need to pay us this. Liverpool then come in for 110 million. I'm thinking, who is this guy? This guy who has been playing for the last 3 games against Aston Villa, against Tottenham, and against West Ham is the definition of a £100 million player. He is incredible player. And I hope he can continue this form, because if he continues this and plays like this almost every game next season, the dude might be, he's already, I think, top 5 midfielder in the Prem, but he could be the best midfielder in the Premier League. So he got an assist as well. Shout out to him. He gets an 8. The other man who's in our midfield now, Cole Palmer, is going to get an 8 as well. Cole Palmer got the opening goal in the first minutes with a what was it? I think it was Jackson and one of the quarterbacks, Zuma, had a tussle. Just they ran into each other. Ball popped up. Cole Palmer finished it. Cole Palmer also is just insanely good at passing. Everyone talks about how cool he is. Everyone talks about his goals, and Lord knows people mention too much that we're Cole Palmer FC or that he scores pens. The amount of times I've heard that is starting to make my ears bleed, but bleed blue. Oh man, I should have cut that. Anyways, I don't want to get off on a tangent. Cole Palmer's passing is something that should not be taken lightly. The dude is a sensational passer, very happy with his passing in that attacking role, his composure. I want to know down below, let me know down below if you think he's a better 10 or a right wing. Honestly, I think he's probably a 50-50. I think he can play wherever he wants. He's just amazing no matter where you put him. He's going to shine in his passing in the 10. He's going to shine with his finishing in the right wing. But let's get into the front line. My man, Mudryk, is going to get a 6. Now, here's the thing with Mudryk that I want to see a little bit more of, if I'm being a little bit more critical. Nani Madueke, who we'll get to later, is a dog. He has some attitude problems. He has some other things we've seen in the past, yes. But the dude wants to score. You can just see that oozing from him. The just urge, the aggression. He just has it in his heart. I want to see Mudryk want it more. I don't care if you're a little bit of a shy guy, and I absolutely love Mudryk. If you didn't know, he's maybe my favorite player at Chelsea. If you didn't know, I don't know if you could look at the back of that. You might not be able to see that. Oh, it's a Mudryk jersey. But the man just needs to play with confidence. I think he needs to have it more. He wants to play with confidence. I think people need to get him the ball more. I just think that there's still that final tick that I thought would have turned over by now. He still does great stuff throughout the game. He's not playing bad, but I just hope that Poch they can just find that last click. I think that's the last thing, because Nani's filing on all cylinders. Cole Palmer, I said, would be back and scored. He did. Jackson's at his peak, or his best so far. Mudryk that's that last little lever to click. So hopefully he can get that. He's going to get a 6. Up top, Jackson is going to get a 9. My goodness. Here's the hugest problem and the biggest problem I have with Nicholas Jackson right now. He did not shave his head earlier. Because my, shaved head Jackson is a different beast. Now, Jackson these last 2 games has been great. Yes, I've been overcritical. Yes, I have said he's even my least favorite player at Chelsea at times. I'm not going to go ahead and act like I didn't say that. But what I will say is everyone knew his criticism was coming from heading and just basically finishing 1v1s in the air, just finishing in general. No one questioned his link of play ever. It was only about that. Scores a great header. Scores a 1v1. Like, he is doing it. He is doing it. Like, he saw what he had to do, and he's fixed it. That 1v1 finish was phenomenal. The earlier Jackson would have 100% tried to dribble around the keeper. He just slotted it, right? Like, that, I was so happy to see that. That was just, like, very, very happy. Before with Jackson, the issue I had is when he was going one-on-one through goal or he had those opportunities, I had absolutely zero faith that he would finish them. Now, he's starting to build my trust. Very, very happy. Would I give him? I would not give him man of the match, although he was sensational, because the man of the match, for me, has to be Nani Madueke. Man of the match, Nani Madueke. He was phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, these two had attitude problems. These two were getting clowned, but these two have stepped up. Nani Madueke, yes, had a goal and assist. That assist that he had to Jackson was exactly what we wanted to see from Sterling this whole year. Just great composure, laying it off. Just great. I mean, his goal, what was his goal? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his goal. But his goal, now that I remember it, was good. I mean, it was just a header from the back post, but he was there. He wanted that goal. I mean, gosh, I'm just going off on a tangent. I think I just got like really excited and then I just started mumbling there. But Nani Madueke has been great. He is the best player he was the best player today on Chelsea. I want you to go, if you look through the match highlights or if you try to remember back, I'm not going to list it all right here, but almost all of our key moments had Nani involved, even if he wasn't involved. He was like right around there helping lead it up. Great stuff from Nani Madueke. Super happy to see Nkunku and a lot of people back in the lineup, so I want to talk about that right now. But give me some of your player ratings down below. Let me know what I got wrong. Let me know what I got right. Let me know your man of the match. But here we go. This is something that no one is talking about that is sensational stuff. Honestly, how do I say this? I would have rather seen this bench and won this game 1-0 than not had any players back and won 6-0. This is so critical. So critical and so amazing. I said before, you never, ever, ever know what to expect with the medical staff. We're left in the dark of injuries. If a Chelsea podcaster ever tells you he knows what's happening with the injuries, he is lying because no one knows in the YouTube world. All we're doing is taking shots in the dark, putting out our starting 11, and then saying that two of them at least are hurt. But this is what happened. I'll list it right here. I wrote it down. Nkunku was back. I said he'd be back on the bench, but still, nonetheless, he's back. Silva was not only back, but able to start from not being on the bench a couple days later. Crazy. He was just rested. Next up, Disasi. Disasi is back. He was just undergoing assessment, so apparently that assessment is done and he's cleared. Gusto is back. This is the best one. The best one. Having Gusto back for our last 3 games, amazing. Like, these are just more and more reasons to hit that like button, to subscribe, and just to be a happy Chelsea fan today. Gilchrist didn't pick up an injury. I know he hobbled off. I think it was just a cramp, but he is fine. Colwell is back, and Sterling is back. And I'm telling you right now, Reece James should be available. Robert Sanchez and Leslie Ugochukwu should be ready for next game. Although I wouldn't play either of them. Even Reece James just needs to sit out for the rest of the season, especially if with Mal Gusto is fine. Like, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. But great news upon great news. Let's talk about Poch and what this means for our season, though. So, I said before in my last review, you can look over it, Poch, if he wins out, he has just proven that he should be the manager next season. If he wins out, I'm pretty sure he will get Europa League, but this is the table, and these are the things that matter. So I'll put the table right here. We are in 7th, 2 points behind that 6th spot with Newcastle. But here's the thing. I know I said it in my last video. I broke this all down. We should not be worried about Man United. We should not be at all worried about Man United. Like, they play Crystal Palace tomorrow, and they're probably going to lose, right? They're probably going to lose. Second thing I will say is that Newcastle is the only team we're going for. with Tottenham now losing, this is a crazy thing to hear. If we win 3 out of our last 3 games and they only win 1 of the 3 last games, we will tie them on points and could go above Tottenham in goal difference. Again, that's if we win 1 of our 3 games, or they only win 1 of their 3 and we win all 3. That being said, they play Burnley and Sheffield United, who will have already been eliminated at that point, so don't get your hopes up on that. I know I've seen people talk about that. Come on, they're not going to lose to Burnley or Sheffield. But yeah, anyways, we need to talk about Newcastle. Newcastle only have 3 matches, and they have Brighton, who should be a win, Man United, who I think they would be able to beat, and on the last day they play Brentford. If they do not drop any points in those 3 games, and Spurs do what most people think they're going to do and actually beat Sheffield United and Burnley, which is easier said than done. If you get it, you get it. We have to hope for Newcastle to drop points at this point. You get my point? But anyway, we have to be watching Newcastle's games and praying for the other team. So when it comes to us making Europa League, yes, we should be excited. Yes, we need to focus on ourselves and beating Forest because that's going to be no easy task. But we need Newcastle to lose. We need to hope that something goes wrong there and be the biggest opposing fans of Brighton next week. But that's what I think. A little bit about the game. I think Poch did great. I think this inverted role for Cucurella and just everything is just starting to come together. It's all the gears just clicked at the end. Happy for him. The only last thing I want to talk about is I said in my preview before this that this would be a tough game. And while I have to give some credit and tons of credit to Chelsea, let's be honest, West Ham did just not show up today. The effort there was abysmal. West Ham, I said it before in the preview, West Ham's David Moyes was quoted by Fabrizio Romano probably leaving at the end of the season, and then it was confirmed that he was definitely leaving at the end of the season. So these players don't think that their position is going to change. Their manager is leaving, so they have no point to impress him. So apart from Kudos, who is a superstar, they just did not try today. They were just awful today. I get it that Chelsea was good, but there are so many moments where it was just dreadful performance for them. I still think Chelsea would have won, and if Newcastle was playing their heart out, I think we would have still won easily, but not 5-0. That was an embarrassment for West Ham. If I'm a West Ham fan, I am furious. So that's my thoughts on the overall game. I don't want to get into it too long. I don't want to bore you. I just want you to hit that like button and subscribe, as I said, and come back to see my starting 11 to beat Nottingham Forest coming soon this Thursday. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy that Chelsea one. Come on, Chelsea.